Hi, welcome to the second part of your references lesson. This time, we'll be looking at graphic reference focused on the aesthetics. As we're going to talk about illustration, I want to search graphic reference about it so that you can get a brief guidance about how many styles exist and we can use. If you search on the internet, you will get a wide range of examples. So I'm gonna change this over here. Look, for example, this artist is representing underwear pieces and the different parts of the external Victorian costume. By using the woman profile and dressing her gradually so you can see in each step the layers of clothes she's wearing. This is pretty cool because it makes you get into the time period. It helps you and it is done in a really aesthetic way that it's easier to understand the concepts we're talking about. Well, we have to wait a second because it's loading. If we search in Pinterest for character design with Victorian era style, we'll find a series of resources that will help us think about how we want to make our own drawing. There are some images that are out of the topic, but still, we can clearly see how these artists use their color palettes and they have looked for their own reference to create this illustration inspired on Victorian era. In this case, we can see a woman with a cup of tea, her characteristic hat, and a tight-fitting waist dress. Looking at the rest of the images, we have a concept art of a Victorian era man wearing a top hat and a walking stick. All these artists had to find their own reference in internet to create this amazing result. Now we have a more extended research about characters and clothing, which is quite interesting. Since they could be represented from there, we can start designing our own costumes inspired by Victorian era. For example, it was real typical to find long coats or long dresses. They also liked pastel colors on clothes and to play with contrast. For example, between pastel colors, well, maybe not pastel, but less saturated tones, as this pale pink, and between low saturated colors and darker colors, as these black costumes. We can see here, for example. Also, we find intense dark blues, which are very remarkable in that time. Speaking of what, we have a variation. As I said before, we were in the context of Industrial Revolution, so it appeared the Steampunk movement. But, well, not in this time period, this was quite afterwards, but it was a modern variation of Victorian era, adding mechanic elements to the traditional fashion and accessories from that time period. It was quite eye-catching, the aviator glasses with some gear features and other accessories. So that's it. See you!